What's up, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, everyone else out there? So, I just wanted to freshen something up for everybody out there. I personally, a leased vehicle you don't own. So, I lease a vehicle through my business, which I will no longer be leasing after this year. I will be buying another 10 or 20-year-old vehicle. I have my sights on an 11 F-150. I'm going to look at that tomorrow. So my personal vehicles, you ready for the lineup? 1997 or 98 green Ford F-150, old rusty. 2003 Ford F-250 plow truck, rusted out, still moves snow. 1986 Monte Carlo. 2004 Ford F-150. 2004 Toyota Sequoia. Red Tesla is technically financially responsible to me, but is my son's car. He is the primary driver. So, and the bank owns that car, just like my Kia, which is a 2021 Kia. Just to clear that up out there. What was I gonna say? Oh, we're gonna rattle the hornet's nest. How many of you guys out there actually hand torque people's lug nuts on with a torque wrench or a torque stick? I, for one, will tell you, the only time I'm torquing anything now with a torquing device is when I'm doing engine work. That's it. Other than that, I don't torque shit. You know what I do? I torque it by the feel and my experience. And it's amazing how many people who worked in my shop, newbies and others, break 4 and 6 millimeter bolts all the time because they just don't have the skill and ability. Maybe they should wind up owning a small mini torque wrench. Yeah, so let's see. So I was in a dealership many years ago when we were building some of the fastest Diamond Stars in the country, import garbage, and we had this Mitsubishi master technician that we were using to help get the right gears for the 5-speed boxes, because we would just grenade transfer cases and synchros and trannies all the time. Those 4G63 pieces of crap all-wheel drive. And this is back in the day when they didn't have fuel computers other than dials, which were resistor boxes basically, which are VCCs and GCCs. But anyway, and I forget his name. So we were where I went to his shop one day to pick up a gear set, and then I was watching him put a car back together, and he was using a snap-on 3/8 drive gun with a socket, 19mm socket, and that's what he was putting tires on with, an air gun. He wasn't torquing that shit down. He was a master tech. So how many guys out there actually use a torque wrench? I don't, unless I'm doing engine work. And even when the 3.8 engines, we were doing tons of lower intake gaskets. I wasn't torquing them down. I would start in my hand and run them down with a 3/8 air gun or a 3/8 or 1/4-inch drive electric air ratchet, and I never pulled threads out. But I know in some places it is required that you hand torque every wheel. You know how long that takes, especially when you're trying to make money on flat rate. I don't think there is. Is there a labor time for hand torquing lug nuts on? I don't know. Whatever my gun ugga is or electric wrench can throw at it, and I have a feel for this. And some guys don't have a feel for it. That's why they break lug nuts off. They over tighten lug nuts and they start to pull the threads. So I will say some people in our industry that don't have the sensory, it's required for you, dude. And the guys that are masterful and skillful and know the limits of their tools, you follow me? The master techs out there, they know what I'm talking about. They know when the battery's too weak on their electric thing to do what they need to do. They know when the air compressor is at peak rate, what they need to do with their air gun. You follow me? You guys know what I'm talking about. So how many guys are out there actually, and this just goes for, I'm not saying engine work, because I'm sure there's some guys out there that got that dialed in too. I don't torque valve covers and timing covers, none of that stuff. Water pumps, never. Intake manifolds, for what? They're plastic. They're constantly moving anyway. Even when I was building Chevys, I had the Titan polymer one. I didn't torque that. Many various aluminum intake manifolds, cast iron, never torqued that crap. Never. Now there is certain things that I feel that you should be torquing. Idler pulleys, tensioner pulleys, wheel bearings, the old traditional split wheel bearings. You don't need to torque them. It's a feel. It's a feel for those, and the guys that've been around long enough know what I'm talking about. Even when I do rear ends, I don't torque them. I don't torque ring and pinion. I don't torque carrier. None of that stuff. I haven't in a long time. But who's out there torquing everything down? You're doing a brake job and you're busting out your torque wrench and you're torquing caliper bolts. You're torquing bridge bracket bolts. You're torquing brake hose bolts. I've seen many people, novice people in my career, break that kind of stuff. But yeah, who's out there torquing everything down? Let me know. And if you're a flat rate mechanic, how's that working out for you?